Hi everybody, I'm George.
And I'm Chris.
And welcome to Duothusiasts.
So today we'll be sharing our thoughts on Thor Ragnarok, 2 weeks later.
So to begin, we have to agree that in our opinion, Thor Ragnarok
is the best of the 3.
Shocking, I know. I'm sure you've never heard this anywhere else.
So getting started, the film thankfully wasn't as comedic as reviews would have you believe. It's got some action, it's got some jokes, and it's got a good balance between the two. However, I feel one joke stayed a little longer than it should have, and any emotional impact the film could have had is hampered by the comedy throughout it.
Getting into the pacing of the movie, I feel it did a good job overall with only a small part of the beginning going by very fast.
Warning, spoilery things will be said.
Specifically, the parts of the movie when Thor and Loki are searching for Odin and when Odin dies. 1 second they start looking for him and run into Doctor Strange, then the next second Strange teleports them to Odin dies, and Hela appears.
As for the Doctor Strange cameo, we feel it's out of place. It seems like they just wanted to fit him into the movie for the end credit scene and to quickly progress the story along while providing a few jokes. He didn't really serve a purpose in the film outside of this. As for Odin's death, there's no emotional impact to it. He just goes from warning about Hela to dying without any real explanation. And for Thor and Loki, they barely react to it before Hela enters the story. It feels like his death is just glossed over to quickly introduce the villain into the movie.
As for Hela herself, I feel she's one of the better villains in the MCU. Mostly because she's a credible threat to all the heroes in the film. And when she's defeated, she's not treated like the butt of a joke. One problem, however, is that her actions don't really have any impact on any of the characters. She mostly kills a bunch of faceless guards. She does, however, kill the Warrior 3 from the previous films, but their deaths were about as important as the deaths of the guards.
Now for Hulk, I think it's interesting that they're expanding his character beyond being angry and smashing things to not wanting to be hated and seen as a monster. In Ragnarok, he wants to stay on planet Sakaar rather than go back to Earth because he's admired for what he is rather than being hated for it. It has been mentioned that Marvel intends on doing a 3-part arc for the Hulk to delve deeper into his character, with Ragnarok being the first part of this arc. With what they did in the film, I'm interested in seeing what they'll be doing in the next 2.
For our final thoughts, Ragnarok does well for the most part, with only a few minor things negatively impacting the movie. It's worth a watch if you haven't already seen it. Going forward, it'll be interesting to see what they'll do with Thor's character now that they're moving him into a leadership role for the Asgardians. It'll also be kind of weird now that he doesn't have Mjolnir anymore. Finally, the way they handled Hela gives us hope that they'll handle their villains much better in future movies.
Alright guys, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching.
Please share your thoughts on Ragnarok in the comments below.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.
And thanks again.